Dear third year Pharm students, semester 6, today we will discuss health benefits and role of nutraceuticals in disease ailments. Myself, Dr. Raju Adekar, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacognosy and Phytochemistry, Sri Vile Pale Kilwani Mandal's Institute of Pharmacy, Dhule. Disclaimer. This presentation is made for educational purpose only and not meant for any commercial interest. The information provided in the presentation by myself, presenter, is taken from my own personal experience and understanding and from the references quoted at the end of the presentation. Learning outcomes of the topic. After successful completion of the topic, student will able to understand the scope and type of nutraceuticals, health benefits and role of nutraceuticals in various disease ailments. Dear students, today we will discuss in detail about nutraceutical with respect to that general aspect, market growth, scope, and types of products available in the market. Nutraceuticals, the term nutraceutical defined by two words, combination of two words, nutrient, a nourishing food component, and the second one is pharmaceutical, a medical drug. Thus, this is a one type of formulation which is designed to provide all these medicaments. Rather than medicaments, I will say all the nutritional component in one drug form. That is why it is known as pharmaceutical or medical drug. Or there is this is a combination word like nutrients and pharmaceuticals. So it combined in combination it becomes nutraceuticals. The name was first coined in 1989 by Stephen DeFelice, who is the founder and chairman of the Foundation for Innovation in Medicine, an American organization located in Cranfield, New Jersey. This concept was very much unique, friends, because it was thought worthwhile. Why not to provide these nutrients, major and minor nutrients, essential and non-essential nutrients to the needy one? Because as you can see, the economy of every nation is governed by the majority of the poverty present in that particular country. Say for example, South African country, why they are not so developed? Because the poverty is so much and the health issues are so much in that country specifically, that because of that there is huge economic burden taking place. And to cope up with this economic burden, cope up with that medical facilities and health hygiene of that particular population of that country, that's become a challenge, and that we can overcome by providing them a proper nutrition, proper healthy diet. And it is not just by providing them a the regular diet, but that diet should be provided, that component should be provided, healthy component should be provided through some pharmaceutical dosage form. By incorporating this nutritious component which can be obtained from various parts of plants. So very good example, very simple example is vitamins. So vitamins, iron, supplements are so important for the overall growth and development of individual. So that cannot be fulfilled by a simple food or the diet which the population is taking in daily on a daily basis. Therefore, these nutraceuticals, these products will definitely going to help in overcoming these issues of nutritional problems of that particular population. Therefore, it was thought worthwhile, why not to develop such type of nutraceutical that is really a great challenge and a great breakthrough in the field of pharmaceuticals and formulation development. We will study now, and as we can see this picture, it is a schematic presentation over here, like global nutraceutical market by Regina Revenue 2018. It was from 2018 the CAGR growth rate will go up to 7.60%. Similarly, in the USD Asia Pacific, that can be component with that of North America, Europe, and other countries. The philosophy behind nutraceutical is to focus on prevention, according to the saying by a Greek physician Hippocrates. He says that let food be your medicine. Nowadays, friends, the food is your medicine. okay, or say lifestyle medicine, because we are the way we are going through, okay, lot of stress is going on in our day to day life, and therefore we really in need of these basic nutritions that we are lacking or we are deficient in. Okay, not only the developed countries, not only the underdeveloped countries, but even the developed nations also. Okay, so thereby, and that deficiencies of basic nutrition leads to huge metabolic disorders too. And therefore, to overcome these things, the nutritions for healthy food is now cop up and combined with that of pharmaceutical remedy for sickness and injury, and that gives us a complete packet of nutraceuticals, which are a really preventative medical approach. Not only preventative, but even after the surgery, even after the injuries, that can be healed, that can be fastly healed, and then strength that immunity is being given to that patient by this nutraceutical. Now, as we are moving forward, the next point is potential health benefits of the nutraceuticals in different three sectors, that what we are going to discuss today: diabetes, CVS, and cancer. So as we can see here that these nutraceuticals are considered to be a potential health benefit component for prevention and of life-threatening diseases such as diabetes, renal and gastrointestinal disorders, as well as different infection. It means what? In short, they are a very good immunostimulant, immunomodulators. They enhance the immunity as a preventative, as a curative component. Okay, a wide range of nutraceuticals have also shown to impose crucial role in immune status and susceptibility to certain disease states. It's very important because there are onward actions or onward interaction adverse drug reactions are taking place, and that leads to the immunity. And once the immunity goes down, though the patient is on proper therapy, the xenobiotics and the metabolites leads to the reduction in the immunity, and therefore the person may suffer from multi-organ dysfunction due to the oxidative stress which is induced by this treatment, chemotherapeutic treatment or drug treatment, and that can be overcome by this additional treatment or as a substituent, okay, or as a adjuvant therapy of nutraceuticals to the patient, so that it can enhance the immunity or keep that body in immune state, so that it can it should not develop any type of resistance towards the medicine. They also exhibits very disease modifying indications related to oxidative stress, allergy, Alzheimer, cardiovascular disease, cancer, and so on. Nutraceutical players, the very great industry players are here, like PepsiCo, Nestle. Means on this background, various industries came up and they thought worthwhile, why not to invest and why not to develop this nutraceutical component if they have such a huge market in coming years. And therefore companies like PepsiCo, very well-known companies, industries, MNCs like Kellogg's company, Herbalife, and General Mills are the leaders in the industry. Means they are not only for weight gain and weight loss, but also it is not all about weight gain and weight loss, but it is all about the healthy lifestyle, and that we can maintain by these nutraceutical components. And companies, industries, they are striving hard every day and night, and they are earning a lot out of this. The prime factor determining the market players and the positions in the concerned market are the ingredient they use, target consumers, and the target market segment. Definitely, friends, this one need to study. And yes, already this company, before coming in this field, in this area of nutraceutical drug development, they did lot of market surveillance. What would be that target customer? What would be the ingredients that has to be used? How to use, how to formulate, and then the target market segment. And definitely they come up with the great deal, as we can see here, friends, just in front of you. This is just an examples in front of you regarding the drugs. Like as you can see here, the dietary supplements, functional food, functional beverages. These are just three examples I have quoted here, which I have taken from the nutraceutical market size, share, and trends analysis report. Here in US nutraceutical market, now the size by product 2020 to 2030 census says that it will go up to at its highest peak, that we can see a 7.5% US market rise in the cumulative annual growth rate that we can see here, friends. So yes, of course, it has huge it do have huge market. So we are on the very right path, friends. You can develop your own career. You can choose these careers in nutraceutical drug development. If you get the chance to work with these nutraceutical industries, please go ahead. You will be the part of that great journey ahead. So nutraceutical is a booming field. The market segment, as we can see here, the market segment already we have discussed here, like dietary supplements, functional foods, and food. These are the some classified. This natural product outlook, they are classified the revenue development in millions. Like dietary supplements are sold, then functional foods, functional beverages, then simple your nutraceuticals like dietary supplements here, like vitamins, basic vitamins, botanicals, extracts, law of ginseng, extract of vidania, extract of shatavari, which are the very good steroids, proteins and amino acids, basic proteins and amino acids, for bodybuilding, for ligament building, for immunity, then fibers and specialty carbohydrates for developing or say to protect from the diabetes, omega fatty acids very good for heart and other components. Nutraceutical functional foods such as carotenoids, then dietary and one important thing and one great thing about this nutraceutical, that we not only can develop the conventional dosage form, but also we can develop nanomedicines out of it, which has a very target specific, sustained release specific drug delivery. So that gives another platform, another avenues and horizons for these nutraceuticals components. Minerals, prebiotics, probiotics, vitamins, again a very functional beverages such as energy drinks, Energil, that is a very great example which has huge market. It was there in market, even today it is there. For during Corona, it was there. Energy drink which was prepared and sold in market. Then you have sports drinks which are protein shakes, functional juices, and then others which really help in the immunity boosters. India's nutraceutical market is prepped and to be global leader at US 4 to 5 billion, and it is expected to grow by 2025 by 18 billion. That we can see here, friends. We have so huge lot of opportunity to work with this nutraceutical sector. Dietary supplements market in India is valued at USD dollar 3924.44 million by 2020, and it may go to 10198.57 year. As you can see here, that will be rise up to 22%, okay, in the coming 2026. The ongoing pandemic and the rising importance about preventive healthcare has led to the exponential market or growth market in this sector of nutraceutical. So these are the some facts and figures which we are discussing right now. So not only in abroad, not only the MNCs, but Indian also, Indian popular Indian industries are also very much keen and interested in developing these nutraceutical products. So Indian population also now begun to believe in immunity boosting supplement and has to lead a significant shift in buying patterns and market behavior. So this is also another positive side for developing this nutraceutical compound, that we still started believing that yes, immunity boosters are really good supplements for health benefits. Vitamins, capsules, chewable tablets, gummies are example of the open-minded buying behavior of consumers of healthcare products. Even in wellness, whenever you visit, you will get Mama's Earth or many other companies, new startups, and they are working on these things, and they are already available, and they are some major companies like marketing nutraceuticals in India are GlaxoSmith, Consumer Healthcare, Dabur, Cadila, Zandu Pharmaceuticals, Himalaya. These are the very well-known industries which have put forward, and then they are interested in this nutraceutical product drug development. Globally, the regulatory authorities are also aware of changing needs of consumer and proactively protect the consumers by amending some existing laws to accommodate. Friends, initially there was no such type of laws which were amended or prepared or say constituted for this type of nutraceutical. But slowly, when it was getting more and more exaggerated, definitely it was thought worthwhile. Why not to have some drug and prevention act for this particular nutraceuticals, which are nowadays OTC products, and therefore there is a law such as Prevention of Food Adulteration Act 1954, which regulate the packet food, still exists for manufacturers in the field of nutraceuticals. In addition, they need to abide by many other cumbersome laws such as Standards of Weight and Measure Act, Infant Milk Substituent Act, edible oil packaging. It is all because of the pharmacovigilance and having more security, safety, efficacy of this nutraceutical drug component. This is some examples follow meticulously, and once we get the permission, because we know the milk products, there are dairy products which are also nutraceutical component, or these are the vehicles or these are the source through which we can incorporate or encompasses all this nutrient component into it. Like say for example, if I am designing a milk product, so or say milk powder, so basically milk powder is a very plain powder. But in that, if I am incorporating a small amount of carotene, small amount of antioxidants like lycopene or some vitamins or some other energy developing components, okay, from medicinal plants. So then that component, that milk powder is no more milk powder. It is a combination of some product, and that is nothing but the nutraceutical. But of course, the base is milk powder. So that milk powder should be tested, should be as per the law, as per the recognition of that law, and this has to be followed by that particular industry so that safe side this nutraceutical product. Now, friends, the second segment that what we are going to discuss here is the health benefits of nutraceutical in ailments. Now, these disease ailments or disorders such as diabetes, CVS, and cancer. Now, friends, this nutraceutical here we will look it at it from the perspective of not only a preventive but curative as well. They are, listen my words, mind my words, prevention better than cure. So preventive, curative, and protective. So this nutraceutical has these three important role, pivotal role as a good molecules or as a good formulations in various conditions like diabetes. So in diabetes, it may be preventive, it may be curative, or it is preventive as well. Okay, so that much what do you say facilities of this nutraceutical facilitating for all of us, and accordingly we can develop the formulation for it. Now for diabetes, there are some here. The very good example here, see friends, here by schematic representation I am presenting before you. Like say for example, quercetin and resveratrol, which are obtained from the grapes and many other products. So they are isolated, purified, and then this resveratrol pure compound, which is a phytoconstituent, increase insulin sensitivity. Okay, the good example of curcumin, turmeric, inhibition of alpha glucosidase secreted from brush border of small intestine. And now you can see here, these all activities are leading to this product development. You can see here, there is stream CP3 capsule, super antioxidant, which contains with enhanced curcumin absorption. So curcumin, it not only a simple phytoconstruct, but it do have, it's a nutritive property, it has preventive property, it has curative property, it has therapeutic property as an anti-inflammatory, analgesic. It has glucosidase alpha inhibitory activity. Okay, so therefore it not only act here as an anti-diabetic, but also it prevents various aspects or various multifunctional disorders which may come due to the diabetic condition. So that can be prevented in early stage only. So the patient, though it is diabetic, but if they are taking curcumin along with antidiabetic drug, definitely this curcumin will help the patient in reducing the multi-organ dysfunction due to the diabetes, and at the same time it will also act as a anti-diabetic. Okay, so this is the magic, or this is the beauty of this nutraceutical component, especially from plant derived component. Globally, over 500 million people have type 2 diabetes. This is a fact and figure in before you. Another 500 millions have impaired glucose tolerance, in particular due to poor nutrient intake. See, you can see just because of poor nutrient intake, that is what in initial slide only. Initially, I told that due to the poor nutrient intake, that is also becomes one of the reason for diabetes. Not only just obesity, not only having more sugar intake, no, even poor nutrient intake and more exercise or not having a balanced component in day-to-day life leads to diabetes. In Portugal, with a Mediterranean-like diet that is increasingly changing to poor westernized dietary habits, combining with decreasing physical activity, around 60% of population has excess weight. This is another reason for diabetes. Whereas type 2 diabetes prevalence in one of the highest in the Europe. So you can see the population, the weak population, how we can handle this and this population when will be there, the how much economic burden will be there on that particular nation, and that will lead to the automatically that will lead to the poverty of that particular nation itself. On the other hand, in India, India is not an exception. India is also there in the queue where the population largely vegetarian, relying on cereals for their diet. The obesity incidence is also steadily increasing in India also. When it is compared with the China, here we can see here in China, 80 million people with diabetes 2030. It is what is say, see the census what they have predicted. It's very dangerous, alarming situation. 80 million people, whereas leaving China 45 million and US 35 million behind by a significant margin. It's really alarming situation. One need to gird your loins, I can say, to start working in this field of nutraceutical drug development. So Indian population is considered metabolically obese and in spite of being normal weight, thus high risk for vascular disease are also there with type T2 development. Therefore, diet based on simple sugars and poor in protein, particularly low in essential amino acids, as well as low in nutraceutical, particularly phytochemicals, negative impact metabolic and immune health. Dear friend, this is another. So we have to, the perspective should be larger, 360-degree, so that we can develop these nutraceutical components. Of course, they are already developed. Some evidence suggests that eating vegetable protein rather than animal protein is better for reducing serum cholesterol and managing the nephropathy. There are number of different types of protein supplement, including liquid protein supplement, protein powders, and liquid protein shots. Again, these are the another option for all of us to prevent it from various diabetic condition. Proteins, which can be taken into protein supplement, protein powder, liquid protein, instead of eating the whole animal protein. So the animal, if I am eating an animal as such in my day-to-day diet, that may lead more and more time, and that may lead to another way of developing obesity. But the same animal protein, if I am taking it in its pure form, okay, in its integrated form, like in protein supplements or powders, then that protein directly going to the site where it is required, and it is going to really going to help in my body physiology. There are a number of sources of protein supplements from vegetables like whey protein, casein protein, soy protein, rice protein, and so on. Now, the next component, that is cardiovascular disease and nutraceuticals. What is the role of nutraceuticals in cardiovascular disease? Nutraceuticals in form of vitamins, minerals, antioxidant, dietary fibers, and omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids together with mind well, physical exercise is also equally important and recommended for prevention and treatment of CVD. So just not going for just physical exercise excess and not taking proper nutrients or vitamins, that may not work. So that should go hand in hand. The molecules such as polyphenols alter cellular metabolism. It is very well reported that these polyphenolic compounds from medicinal plants, they alter cellular metabolism and signaling, which is believed to reduce arterial diseases. And this these polyphenolic compounds and its mechanism really became a panacea in cardiovascular disease. Next example is flavonoid blocks the anti-angiotensin converting enzyme, blocks cyclooxygenase enzyme that break down prostaglandin and preventing platelet aggregation. So when these flavonoids are studied in detail with respect to pharmacological action, it was thought the worthwhile or it is warranted that why not to develop nutraceuticals from these flavonoids and flavonoids like compounds, which are such a great antioxidant in nature, they are having such a angiotensin converting enzyme activity or properties. They also protect vascular system that carries oxygen and nutrients to the cell. So ultimately, it is a boosting to the organs and the tissues as well as on cell. So examples are anthocyanins, tannins, tetrahydrocannabinols. There are so many components are there which are hypothesized to impose health benefits. Hesperidin is another bioflavonoid obtained from the citrus sinensis, which is classified in a citrus bioflavonoid and are richest dietary source of hesperidin used in treatment of various venous insufficiency. Friends, you can see here the very good example, doctor's best science-based nutrition dietary supplement, which is prescribed by the doctors, medicinal practitioners for support veins and capillaries. Isn't it a miraculous molecule? It's simply obtained from the citrus fruits like lemon, like oranges, isn't it? So this is the perspective that we have to look on, and we can develop so many miraculous drugs out of. Now the third, that is last component that we are going to study here, cancer, carcinogenesis, and the role of nutraceuticals in cancer treatment. So here the carcinogenesis is a multi-step process, as we know very well. Normal cells accumulate several mutations in the genes involved in growth, control, induction of angiogenesis, and resistance to apoptosis. In order to grow and invade the host tissue, and there are more than 100 different types of cancer and subtypes of tumors can be found in a specific organs. This is the very hard truth that we had to accept. So, Hanahan and Winberg have suggested that alteration in cell physiology lead to formation of malignant tumor. This is the base of this cancer. Okay, and base of this, one can go for development of anti-cancer molecules, preventive, curative components from so friends, again the modulation, cell modulation. So can we modulate the nutrition? Yes. So nutritional modulation such as nutraceuticals, functional food, micronutrients have the potential to reduce the growth of cancer cell because the change in the so in acidic medium the cancer will grow more. So can we develop such nutraceutical that will maintain the acidic medium in a normal state and that may not become the reason of cell growth? So this is how, friends, this is the logic, this is the the line where we can take up for treatment of cancer. In addition, it reduces the toxicity. Who reduces the toxicity? This nutrition modulation by nutraceuticals. They reduce the toxicity associated with chemotherapy and radiation therapy, and they inhibit cell proliferation and reduce and induce apoptosis in cancer cell. How beautifully this nutraceutical works as an anti-cancer. Chemoprimitive phytochemicals are also equally important and are predominantly present in plant-derived foods, which are potential modifiers, undesired signal in transduction pathways. And this is how, friends, these phytochemicals, it may be lycopene, it may be a quercetin, it may be a naringine, it may be a camphorol, it may be resveratrol, simple from ginger, allicin, all these molecules, they work in or other way at cellular and molecular level to prevent this cancer. Even the cancer treatment, the multi-organ problems associated with this cancer therapy, traditional or conventional, that can also be overcome by these phytochemicals which are developed later as a nutraceutical. So researchers identified that NFKB is a transcription factor involved in development of cancer by altering the gene cell survival, cell adhesion, inflammation, differentiation group. And in normal cell, inhibitory of IKB protein inhibits the nuclear localization sequence of NFKB, returning it into the cytoplasm. So once after knowing this all mechanism and pathway, one can easily design this nutraceutical in such a way that it can reduce or induce or say inhibit the specific cell and specific gene for preventing the cancer. It is also a fact that high level of selenium actually basically it is obtained from the soil. The soil is enriched with this selenium, and if the plants are grown, the plant absorbs the selenium from the soil, and when that plant's products or the plant itself they contain selenium, and when this extracted isolated purified from the plant, this selenium has a potential role in anti-cancer. How? By inducing apoptosis of the cancer cell, inhibiting cellular proliferation, and protect the cell from peroxidase damage. So that is a key component of glutathione peroxidase. This is the beauty of selenium. Simple selenium is nothing but the mineral source which is obtained from the soil. Now there is some examples I am just putting in front of you. Nutrilite is a company, well-known company. They have developed multi-carotene pro-vitamin A like multi-component nutraceutical, vitamin C as an antioxidant, parselenium E and vitamin E combination, concentrated fruit and vegetables, sources of phytoconstituents. So you can see friends, these industries are growing like anything just with the help of the knowledge, skills, and technique which they get from various aspects. So you are also the beneficiary for that. You take up this knowledge, you take up these skills and develop that techniques to develop n number of to discover and develop nutraceuticals from the plant and plant sources, so that from in tomorrow in your professional life can be a part of this journey of drug discovery and drug development for the various diseases and disailments, okay, for as a nutraceutical for the treatment of this disease. And when we can you be the reason of giving a smile to the needy one. Okay, these are the references friends before you, and thank you very much for listening, patiently listening. Please go through this presentation. In summary, overall, we can see there is a huge market value for nutraceuticals, nutrients, and the mixture of pharmaceutical technology, the knowledge of nutrients, these then the skills of pharmaceuticals and techniques that both uh, inculcated to develop a nutraceutical formulation. It may be a tablet, it may be conventional, or it may be a novel drug delivery. Okay, as may be the case, and then we can bring it into market through various, of course, through various laws, through various QC and QA, and then that products are developed and are available in the market for treatment of various diseases and disorders. At the same time, not only we are thinking from disease and disorder, but we are also helping to that nation to grow in a very positive way. If the health hygiene of that nation, of that world is good, then definitely the economy will be good, definitely will be good. And the simple logic is vitamin, simple is mineral sources, micronutrients that we have to provide, friends. It may be anions, it may be cation, it may be organic compounds, it may be inorganic compounds, but we need to think in a very concrete way so that we can come up with the new products out of it. So I request all the students, please go through it and you will definitely get some knowledge. Kindly share your comments, like this video. If you really like the content, please you are free to criticize. If I have left anything, please mention in the comments so that I can improvise it. I can include more and more information to it. Okay. Thank you very much.